So it is early spring and this is a good time for me to cut my climbing rose. Ta-da! You're probably thinking to yourself, you sack of shit, you haven't done that for years. And you would be right, I haven't. So sometimes I cut off the, sucker branches you get when they come out of the ground. They're kind of like red. But generally, I really have been neglecting this one. So this year I thought, you know what, get your fat ass out there and do something. So what you're going to do, or what you have to consider when you're cutting a rose, or when you're pruning a rose, the proper word is, you cut all the thin branches, obviously. Then you cut above a rose eye. I'm going to show you what that is, so another side shoot can then come. And obviously, so when you're looking at where you're cutting, have a look that you cut, obviously that a side shoot will be coming up on the side and not basically growing into the rose. Because the thing is, you want to keep the inside quite, airy, so there's a lot air circulation. Also, you cut crossing branches. Crossing branches, no good. All of that is crossing. So, yeah. A lot of work to be done. Let's just get chopping. Although this is a branch I'm going to be cutting off, but here you can more or less see the eye. There. It looks a bit like a mouth and the tongue, or an eye, whichever way you want to put it. So you would cut above it, so then here would be the new shoot. So and as you can see, like all these crossing ones, all these thin ones, and all... Motherfucker! Yes, and wear gloves. And so all of those coming off. Get me gloves on. See all of this thin crap here, and obviously partly dead stuff, all of that can, come out. See down here at the base? This one there, this has to come off. Some of these wild branches or whatever, they really take all the energy from the actual rose. Yeah, look at that. My God. The wonderful thing about this rose as well, it really keeps on flowering all year round. No, it doesn't, you idiot. It flowers obviously in the summertime because it looks like this in the winter, you moron. Anyway, so it flowers pretty much at the beginning of summer till the end of summer. Pretty late into it. So this is what I meant by all year round. Anyway, it flowers for months on end. Really, really dark green, dark red. You would think I'm on drugs. What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway, so it flowers for months on end with beautiful red roses. So I think it's anyway, keep on pruning. Less talking, more working. I said that to the salesperson at the shop before. I was queuing up at the register and she kept going yep, 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 yep to her friend. And I shouted along, less talking, more working. She did not like that. Bitch. And this is another thing, it just attaches to your clothes. So, as you can tell, sexy garden wear. So just wear stuff you don't really care for or care about. It's kind of like with anything of these things, when do you stop? And this is the time for me that I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to give it a good feed. So that it can start, growing. There could be the odd night where we may get a little bit of frost, but the good thing is, because it's right next to the house. And the house is so poorly insulated, it actually gets quite a bit of heat from the inside. So this part here never freezes. And some of these I have to tie back a little bit more. But anyway, you know what, it looks a lot cleaner. And, it should produce a shitload of flowers, as it does every single year. So let's wait and see what comes of it. But you know what, I'm happy with the progress. And now I just have to get Jane to clean up. Jane? No, I'll clean up. So don't forget, when you prune a rose, all this, thin, spindly shite that can come off, anything that's crossing, and also obviously all the dead stuff. And yeah, obviously this is a climbing rose, so I'm not going to be, cutting it all the way down like you can with some roses. Some roses you really cut extremely hard, hard back, but I don't, because I still want it to climb. And also always cut above a rose's eye. So what I mean by that, it's this. There. So you would cut above here, so that you then have, here you can actually see it. See, there is a new shoot emerging. So think about it this way. So if you would consider cutting this one, obviously this would grow into the plant, this would grow behind it, and this would grow out of the plant. And this is the one you would choose. So you would cut here at an angle, so that this shoot would then grow out, not into the plant, that it might then become a crossing branch, which would have to be cut off. So just think about that. And obviously, seeing that we're human, we can always force the plant to grow whichever way we want it to, because of the fact that, yeah, that's what we do. I probably could have taken a little bit more off, but you know what? For this year, this is fine, considering the way it looked beforehand. Okay, well, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you later.